Hi, this is Brandon Uttley with the digital agency Go for Launch, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you some of the secrets that marketing agencies and freelancers might not want you to know about the agency business.
2, 1.
Listen, I know for a lot of small business owners, marketing can seem overwhelming and confusing. And it can get worse when you think about investing your precious dollars with an outside third-party company that is going to promote your business. Now, there's nothing wrong with outsourcing, don't get me wrong. In fact, the bigger you get and the more successful and profitable, I absolutely encourage you to outsource more of your marketing so you can focus on what you do best. But especially in the beginning stages of operating a small business, hiring somebody to do your marketing can get expensive pretty quickly. And part of the reason for that is how agencies operate. And number one, agencies exist to make money. Whether they're a solopreneur or have dozens or even hundreds of people, they're there to make a profit. Now, you may be saying, Brandon, of course they're in business to make a profit. And that's all fine and good, but you as a small business owner, once you understand how agencies make some of their money, you may be a little bit more critical and ask better questions when you're hiring a marketing consultant. First, you need to know that any professional services consultant, whether they are providing SEO, web development, or even somebody that could do any other professional service like a plumber or somebody that can do pest control at your house, they're typically charging by the hour, or they're estimating how much time it's going to take to complete each particular type of job. Now again, this is no different if you're going to a lawyer or a CPA or somebody that does web design, and there are going to be a lot of factors that they consider in how they set their rate. Number one, how much expertise, education, years of experience, age, other clients they've worked with, lots of things come into play. But what they're going to want to be doing is trying to figure out how to do the best job at the best rate to become profitable for their agency. I'll give you an example. At my age and my expertise level, I can comfortably charge at least $125 to $150, $200 plus per hour in the US, and for other clients I work with worldwide, or even higher sometimes depending on what the project is. Now, if you go to a lawyer, you might find that their hourly rate is more like $300 to $600 or higher. And hey, it just depends on the industry, but typically in marketing, you're not going to pay those lawyer rates until you're a huge company working with a massive agency. But let's say I really want my rate to be $200 an hour. Now don't get me wrong, $200 an hour is pretty darn good. But I don't know a lot of small business owners who are going to be thrilled to just start the meter running and work with me to let me do whatever it is for them, whether it's designing a website or doing search engine optimization or pay-per-click ads or what have you, and them not really know at the end of the month how big the bill is going to be. So they're going to want probably more tightly defined parameters, and I, of course, also are going to want that because I want to know how much on my agency side I'm going to have to commit, whether it's my time or other people that I'm going to hire, so I know what my profit's going to look like, and the client is going to have more of a comfort zone of exactly what they're going to pay per month. So when you start talking to an agency, typically things are going to be happening behind the scenes. The agency is going to, again, start to try to figure out what exactly you need, how they can help you, and how much time is going to be involved from a professional services level. How much of their personal time or outside resources they may have to bring to the table, how much is that going to factor in, and how much can they mark that up? Now, when you start talking to an agency, they're going to be doing a lot of math in their head and behind the scenes. Once they figure out and try to, tell you what you need and make that exchange, they're going to be deciding themselves how much time is going to be involved, who is going to be on this project. Is it going to be senior level people at a higher rate like me at $200, or is it going to be a junior level person that I can pay $35 to and mark that up so that I can make a profit? Then we're going to start talking back and forth about the project parameters with you and probably give you more of a project rate or possibly even a retainer so that every month, let's say we do a 6-month project, we're going to do these defined projects every month and we're going to deliver you different reports and so forth, and you're going to pay X amount a month. And that might be $1,000, that could be $10,000, but we agree on that, and then you know what you're going to pay every month, and we know what we're going to work on. An example might be a website. Let's say our agency decides it's going to take us 50 hours and we're going to price it at $200 in our head. That's going to be $10,000. But we're also not going to be just looking at hourly rates. We're going to be thinking about the value that you're going to get out of that website. We're also going to be factoring in things like, how big is your company? If you're just a one-man band, starting up, we're probably going to have a little leniency on you versus whether you're a Fortune 500 company. There are going to be a lot more layers of red tape and bureaucracy, lots more people involved, a lot of steps in the process. And so they're going to expect to pay more, and we're going to price it accordingly. But you as a small business owner need to understand and ask those questions. Who's going to be involved? What type of time frame is it going to be? Now, the agency may not break it down for you by hours. So just be aware of that. They're going to most likely just give you a lump sum and say, for this project or these series of projects, it's going to be either X fixed cost, or per month you're going to pay this much in a retainer plus expenses. Let's say if you're doing Google AdWords or something like that, so that you have a better idea and everybody agrees to that up front. Now, here's one of the biggest twists from the agency perspective. You talk to one person, the salesperson or the owner or what have you, but that person may not be the one actually delivering the work. In fact, there could be multiple parties behind the scenes that you never meet or interact with at all who are going to do a lot of the work on your behalf. And so you need to know that going in, that if you think you're hiring that person like myself to do all the work, that may not be the case. Now, remember that I told you at my hourly rate, I may love to make $200 an hour, but I also understand reality. And if I sign up to work with one or a few clients, first of all, there's only so many hours in the day. I actually like to sleep, and I have family, and I have other interests and activities that take up my time. So in addition to only a handful of hours a day for me to actually do professional services work, as a small business owner myself, there's administrative work, there's billing, there is new business development, there's promotion like this, there's a lot of stuff going on. So realistically, I can't bill 8, 10, 12 hours a day at $200 an hour, 5 days a week, all year long. Number one, I just don't have that time. There's other stuff that comes up. There's family obligations, there's vacations, there's time off, there's holidays. So one of the ways that I'm going to start thinking about being profitable is hiring a team of people, which I have done, under me at a lower rate that can do the work, and not only do the work, but also be specialists at what they do. So there are people that work with Go for Launch, for example, that are 100% dedicated doing pay-per-click ads or SEO or whatever the specialty is. I know enough to be dangerous about many of these subjects, and I'm not going to be the one actually doing the work all the time because it won't make sense. And in order for me to scale, I'm going to have to hire other people. And you as a small business owner hiring an agency, you need to understand that. It would be no different for you if you were a landscaper or a salon owner or a restaurant owner. You're not going to be the one doing everything. Listen, when McDonald's started, the Crocs, they were in the kitchen. They were making the burgers. If you went to that first location, or maybe even the second or third location, you might find these people working behind the grill. Same thing with Fast Guys. But in order for them to grow and franchise, they have to systematize, they have to bring on cheaper labor that know the certain level quality that they want to deliver, train these people, and then hold them accountable. So it's no different when you're hiring a marketing agency, but I'm just letting you know this so that you understand some of the factors involved in the price that you get from whatever particular agency you're going to go talk to. Now, at this point, you may be thinking, hey, Brandon, are you saying that if I hire an agency, I might be overpaying for cheap labor? And in a sense, you could think about that literally. However, again, think about all these other analogies I'm telling you about. Let's just say, for example, if you hire somebody to come take care of your lawn, or if you have a dead tree in your backyard like we did a couple of years ago, and you need somebody to come take it down before it falls on your house. The person that showed up and sold me the tree cutting service, or the person that showed up and sold me the lawn care service that we get every couple of months, is typically a salesperson or the business owner. And the person who shows up and actually cuts down the tree or the people that cut down the tree or the people that show up and cut the grass and treat the shrubs, they're not the same guy or woman. They are the crew, okay? No different if you're building a house. The builder, the contractor, they're not nailing the stuff in the wall. There's other people that are spackling, that are putting up wallboard, that are building the house for you. And guess what? Do you care who's doing the work as long as the end product is what you're looking for? No, you shouldn't, okay? But I'm just telling you that sometimes you want to ask the questions up front. Where's this work going to be done? Are you doing the work yourself? Just explain to me. Now, you're going to get defensive answers from a lot of people because they want to fudge. A lot of people, a lot of digital agency owners, marketers, they want to appear bigger than they are. And, that's great for them. But they need to be honest if you ask those questions and say, you know what, we have a team of people here or there. They're going to be doing the work, and this is their credentials and qualifications, and this is why you can trust us to run the process. Just like a general contractor building your house, or just like the foreman on a crew of people that come and cut your trees down or whatever, they're going to be responsible for the overall project, but they're not going to do the work. Another thing you may be thinking is, well, I really want you. Okay, Brandon, I'm hiring you because I heard a lot of good things about you. I want you personally working on my stuff. And that's great. We can have that dialogue. And I might say to you, you know what? For whatever you're paying, I'm going to commit X amount of hours that I will personally be involved. And you and I will have a catch up every so often, whatever it takes. But the bulk of the work is going to be done by other people. And I want you to be aware of that. It would be no different, again, if you're going through some kind of a legal issue and you hire a high-priced lawyer. You know darn well that person has paralegals, they have other assistants that do a lot of the legwork behind the scenes. Are you going to pay their rate? You're going to get a big bill, $600 an hour or whatever it is you're paying from the lawyer and the firm. But at the end of the day, all you care about is, are you going to win your case in court or not? Same thing with me. If you hire us to do a web design or whatever, you want the end product. It better be good. We're going to have parameters that you sign off and you get the product that you want, or you get, money back or whatever it is. But again, don't think that you're going to hire one person who's going to do all the work for you. I hope I've been a little clear in illustrating how agencies work somewhat behind the scenes. And listen, again, it's a great thing that there's so many great resources all over the world now who can do a lot of the work. And this is how so many people are able to start digital agencies, if you will, marketing firms, PR agencies, or what have you, typically out of their house for very little upfront investment, because there's firms, there are firms overseas, there are individuals. I've hired people as far away as the Philippines for as little as $1.50 US per hour to do amazing work, whether it's logo design, search engine optimization, pay-per-click, and so forth. Now listen, I'll tell you the secret too. As a business owner, small business, hey, knock yourself out. Go on Google and find these firms yourself. Just look up search engine optimization experts outsourced, or white label firms for XYZ. What that means, white label, there are a lot of companies out there that do all the back end work, and then they let companies like Go for Launch resell their products and put my stamp on it. So you're getting something that looks like Go for Launch, but it's actually being designed and developed or what have you by another company behind the scenes. Hey, they'll work with small business owners as well directly. But here's the thing. Again, I said this in the beginning. When you're starting out, feel free to try to cut some cost, because I know it's, money is tight, money is precious. You don't want to go blow everything early on with marketing services that you don't necessarily need. Just know also, but your time is extremely valuable. So how much of a vortex or a black hole are you going to get sucked down trying to learn how to design your own website, make a logo that works, get that printed on all kinds of materials, do any kind of online marketing to get your business out there? there's so much involved and you can only do so much. You have limited time as well. So there is a give and take. And at some point, like I said, if you want to scale, you want to get to the next level, you're going to have to take profits and start to get stuff off your plate and start hiring these experts like myself and do it in a proper way so that you can grow effectively. So that's it for today's video. I hope I've given you some good food for thought. If you're thinking about getting a digital marketing expert or any other kind of expert to help you with your marketing for your small business, and also, think about getting some cheaper resources in the beginning for yourself as you build and grow and take it up to the next level. Until next time, I wish you all the success in launching and growing your business.